So they say a fascinating story about a guy that was sent to Siberia for many years. And finally he got a break. And his break was that they gave him a job in a gold mine. And that break was literally a few days after he was sent to Siberia. So he thought to himself, at least I'm going to go and once in a while I'll smuggle some of the gold that I find for myself and I'll be rich. I'll hold on to some of that gold. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days he would go and he would have a little tiny pouch, and the gold that he would find, most of it he would obviously leave for the government, and then a few, 1 or 2 little pebbles of gold he would put in his pouch and hide it somewhere and bring it back. On the 5th, 6th day he was sitting in his barracks and he was counting the gold pebbles. And as he's counting these gold pebbles, his roomies that were rooming with him in jail start laughing at him. They go, are you serious? Like, what's that going to do for you? Gold here in Siberia, it's meaningless. It's nothing. They start laughing. Look at this idiot counting gold pebbles. What are you going to do? You're going to eat it? We're starving. You're gonna buy food here. They're going to sell you food with your gold pebbles. You're going to die rich in Siberia. So he thinks to himself, like, they're right. This gold means nothing here. So what has value? As he's thinking this, he hears his stomach rumble. He was starving. It's like, it's food. Every day he was looking for food. And that becomes his mission. Every day to find a little bite here, a little bite there, to be less hungry than others. And the gold that he had, it was like left in dirt. As if he didn't even have it anymore. He realized that the gold meant nothing. But food was scarce. He would barely find food, and the food they gave him, barely enough to keep him alive. That freezing cold in Siberia. One day, a soldier was passing by him, smoking a cigarette. And he smells the smell of the cigarette, and he's like, oh my gosh, I don't feel hungry anymore. And he decides, this is the commodity. Cigarettes. If I find cigarettes, like, that's riches here. It's a true story. And he makes it every day a mission for himself to find cigarettes. But here's the problem. Finding tobacco wasn't as hard as finding the paper. Even the soldiers that were around, they had enough tobacco, but they would sometimes have to look for paper to roll the tobacco into smoke cigarettes. So he makes it his mission every day to find little pieces of paper so he can roll tobacco and so he can smoke, just to take the hunger away. And it wasn't just the hunger, it would make him feel amazing. As if like his worries are over. One day, a villager comes up to him and he says, I hear you're a Jew. Most Jews are educated. Do you know how to read? He says, yeah. He says that his son is a soldier and he sends letters once in a while to him. And he's literate. He can't read. And he tells him, if you read my letter for me, I'll throw in the envelope. You could use the envelope to smoke cigarettes. I know you want it. He says, deal. He takes the letter, reads the letter for the villager. And the villager gives him the envelope. He runs back to his barracks with the envelope after his gold mining job is done. And he's about to rip the envelope open to roll a cigarette. And he sees something strange. The envelope, inside it, has Hebrew writing. He opens it up and he notices that the Machshemam had recycled sidurim and scrolls and made envelopes out of it. Different holy things of Jews had been taken. They were used as scraps for them to recycle into different things. And he opens it up and he sees it's a part of Az Yashir until the bracha of Shema, where it says, Hashem Yimloch Le'olam Ra'eh. God will forever be the king. And then at the end was part of the bracha of Shema. And it says, Rachem na'aleinu, Hashem, please have mercy on us. What do? They start making a minyan. In Siberia, every day, they didn't have Sidurim there, and they didn't know their prayers by heart. So every single day they would have Shacharit, Mincha, and Arvit. A bunch of Jews would get together, and their entire Shacharit, Mincha, and Arvit was from this piece of paper from an envelope. 2 3 pesukim were repeated every single day. But those words were greater than any cigarette, any steak, any golden pebbles for them. Every single day they would come together 3 times a day to daven shaharit, mincha, and arvit with a piece of paper that was supposed to be rolled into a cigarette. And he says, at that moment I realized the greatest commodity in the world is your connection to Hashem. I felt no hunger, no sadness in those moments that I was truly praying to God with a few words that I found in a piece of paper from an envelope. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen.